fruits. So low-hanging fruit meaning it's easy to grab it, right? To reach it. They don't go for the high-hanging fruit, believe it or not. They don't go for the most difficult way to break into the system. If they think they can get to a small business, and then from that small business they can get to the Department of Defense, they will do it. That's how actually they are able to break into big governments. They don't go mess with the Department of Defense. They don't mess with the NSA. They don't mess with the other government agencies and federal agencies. They go after the contractors, right? The contractors, like, they are the low-hanging fruits. They don't have all the defenses. But going back to our point, yes, it could be used as a target. Another example, did anyone hear about a Capital One data breach last year? Capital One data breach.
Oh, yeah.
Let me show you for a second, and that would be a good example.
Aren't they breached for like 8 months? They didn't even know.
Yeah, that's a funny and ironic thing here.
Something like that.
So it says, according to Capital One, the breach on March 22nd, 2019, so it's been about a year and a half, right? Resulted in the hacker gaining access to personal information related to credit card application from 2005 to... Okay. Is this an example where the hacker used the computer or the server as a target for their crime? Beckham, do you agree? Was the computer the target in this situation?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. Capital One, they had an employee, and this employee was working for them. I think he was working remotely. He was accessing a server with credit card application, right? When you apply for a credit card, right? You need to fill out the information in a form, right? So you fill out the application, it goes for checking and vetting, and if you're approved, they send you the credit card, right? Apparently, there was an employee who was working for Capital One Bank, and he was taking this data with him to his house, and he had a server. Can you believe this? This is Capital One Bank. You would think that banks are the most stringent and are the most fortified when it comes to defenses and security, right? Well, not always, unfortunately. But they learned a big lesson, a hard lesson, right? So this is an example of using the server as a target, right? So let's talk about now the instrument. The computers can be an instrument for carrying out an attack, right? Let me give you an example. Imagine we've got an employee here working for company A. This is his workstation, and he's using a password cracker like John the Ripper. Is anyone familiar or ever heard of this password cracker? John the Ripper. Chase, have you heard of this? So John the Ripper is a program, it's a software application. It's free actually, and it works on Windows. Are you going to start using it now?
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Look it up.
Uh-oh. John the Ripper is a free application. It works not only on Windows, but also on Mac. Every major operating system. You can use this to crack passwords. So imagine we have an employee here. He's using John the Ripper on his workstation to crack the employee's password. Can we say in this case that the employee used the computer as an instrument to carry out a computer crime? Now, how does this relate to the target? If we were to, who would be his target in this case?
The employees.
The employees there. Actually, the employees use their names and passwords, right? Because it's trying to crack, right, or compromise their passwords, correct? Then let's talk now about the evidence repository. An example of an evidence repository would be our audit logs. So let's take a look at logs here. Or it doesn't show here. That's okay. If you go to event viewer here, if we type event viewer, that's where all the events are logged. So log in here. So we've got the Windows logs, application logs, security logs. Did you know that this tool